Go away, I'm live. Hi, everybody. I am doing a lunch flow today, a Vinyasa yoga flow. So if you want to come out here and sit, and you're going to sit with your legs straight out, leaning forward, and just get into the moment right here and now, leaving everything behind. Just focusing on your breathing. Make sure you're not pulling yourself toward the front of toward your feet, and you're focusing on your breath work. Breathing in, holding it, and releasing. And when you're ready, sit up, lean back. And then I'm going to start on cat and cow, all fours. And lift your head up, tuck it under. Just feeling the stretch in your upper back. Focusing on your breathing. And then from here, I'm going to thread the needle. So I'm going to lift my right hand up, gaze follows, tuck it under. Feel the stretch in your lower back. Do the same on the other side. Tuck it under and feel the stretch. Stretch it out. And then from here, I'm going to go into a bear pose where I'm going to lift my knees up off the ground, hold my thing with my palms down, and just holding it in this pose right here for a few moments. Focusing on your breath work. And then release. From here, I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to go all the way down to my stomach, and I'm going to go into Superman pose. So you're going to lift your arms out in front, lift your feet if you can, and just lift as far as you can, and feel the stretch in your lower back. And then if you can, grab your feet behind you and floor bow, and feel the stretch in your upper back in this pose. And then release and tilt your head to the side. And then we're going to do it again. This pose definitely builds upper strength in your upper back. If you sit hunched over all day or looking at your phone all day, it definitely helps with that. Hold it here and then release. And then we're going to do it again. Hold it here in the floor bow pose. And then release. And then from here, we're going to go to a downward dog. First time in this pose today. Stretch out your lower leg. Walk your dog. Go side to side. And then from here, I'm going to walk my hands back. Forward fold, half lift. Stand tall. Side bend to the left. I'm going to lift my left leg out. And then center, side bend to the other side, right leg out. Center, mini back bend, forward fold, half lift, and then walk it out for a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. And then we're going to continue the flow. Walk your hands back, half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the right, left leg out. Just feel the stretch as far as you want to go. And then side bend to the left. Feel the stretch as far as you can go. Mini back bend, forward fold. And then I'm going to twist my right hand up to the sky, left hand to the ground, gaze follows. And then do the twist on the other side. Bend your right knee, left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. And I'm going to walk it out to a vinyasa. And then back to a downward dog. And then just walk your dog out. And just take 3 breaths to repeat the same thing. Walk your hands back. Half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the left or right, center, side bend to the left here. And then mini back bend, forward fold, and do those twists again. Right hand toward the sky, gaze follows. Left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. And then walk it out to a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. Make sure you're focused on your breathing. And then walk your hands to the back of the mat. Half lift, forward fold, chair pose. You're going to hold it here for a moment. Try to stand on the top part of your feet to challenge yourself. And hold it here just to warm up your body. And then from here, you're going to swing your right arm back. You can stand on the top of your toes or release. And then back to center, stay low. And then move your left hand to the back, gaze follows. And then stand tall, mini back bend. Forward fold, half lift, into a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. From here, we're going to lift our right leg high. We're going to do half pigeon where you bend your leg in front, lean over only as far as your body will let you go. And then get back up, right leg up, step it through warrior 1, and then triangle pose. And feel the stretch in your left side body into a side plank on your left side with your right side body up. And you can challenge yourself by lifting your right foot up. And then vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. Now we're going to do these poses on the left side. So lift your left leg up. Half pigeon. Lean over your left bent leg as far as your body will let you go. And then lift your left leg up toward the sky. Step it through for warrior 1. And then triangle pose. Feel the stretch in your right side body. And then side plank on the left side. And each side will feel completely different. Some you might be able to balance more than the other. And then back to a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. So from here, we're going to take 3 breaths. And then we're going to go back to chair pose. The cool thing about yoga is it definitely detoxes you. So if you want to get rid of any mental toxic things that are clouding your brain or your mind, or physical toxic things, it definitely takes the focus off that and makes you focus on the current here and now. So you're going to move your right arm back, gaze follows, back to center, staying low. You're still on the top of your toes. Left hand back, gaze follows, center, forward fold, half left. And then you're going to walk it out to do a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. Now we're going to lift our right leg high. We're going to tuck it under for fallen star. You lift your left arm toward the sky, tuck your right foot under, and then you're going to come back through. You're going to lift your right leg up. You're going to step it through. Warrior one, side angle. Lift your left arm overhead. Feel the stretch in your left side body. And then from here, I'm going to do a revolve half moon. Left hand toward the ground, right hand up. Try to focus your gaze toward your right hand. And then from here, I'm going to tuck my right leg over, or my left leg over my right, twist to the right, temple dancer. And I'm going to grab my left foot, stick it out in front or to the side for Padagustasana B, and just hold it here for a moment. Just being present in this moment. And if you fall out, just get back in and back, standing split, and then vinyasa. And then we're going to do those poses on the other side. So we're going to lift our left leg up, tuck it under, fallen star. And then from here, lift your left leg up, step it through, warrior one, side angle. Your left arm is going to be on your left knee. And then from here, reverse crescent moon. Just hold it here for a second to steady yourself. And then you're going to lift your right leg over your left knee, temple dancer, twist to the left. And then you're going to grab your right foot out to the side, Padagustasana B, and you're going to hold it here for a moment just to strengthen your balance. Focusing on the here and now, and then standing split, and then back to a vinyasa. And then downward dog. So make sure you're focusing on your breathing. You're focusing on releasing all the toxins from your body and being present with your mind and body. Whatever's outside of here stays outside of here, because yoga focuses on right now. So we're back in the chair pose. We're going to hold it here for a moment. Just warming up our body some more. Yoga is about the present mind and how we can forget about, whatever chaos is outside of here. Even though it can arise when we do yoga, it makes us focus on not worrying about that. And, in life, there's many challenges that happen, and it's hard sometimes to get clarity and perspective on it. But if we really push that to the side and focus on the big picture, it can get easier to see that this is minute in the big grand scheme of things. So from here, I'm going to twist to the right, gaze follows, and I'm going to do a flamingo pose. So I'm going to lift my left leg up and out, and it's kind of like a twisted balance. And you're just going to hold it here for a moment, lifting your left leg higher if you can. And then back to the chair pose, and we're going to do it on the left side. Twist to the left. You're going to stick your right leg out and behind and balance on that left foot with the twist. If you fall out, as always, just like in life, just get back in. And then back to center, forward fold, and go to a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. So from downward dog, we are going to go into lift your left leg up. You're going to do the fallen star. And from here, you're going to lift your right leg up. You're going to step it through to do the warrior one. Side angle. Dragonfly twist from here. And then seated split from here, where you're going to sit all the way back on your left leg, right leg straight out in front, and feel the stretch. And then from here, I'm going to go into a gate pose. I'm going to bend my left knee, lift my right arm overhead, and feel the side body stretch in my right side body. And then from here, I'm going to come back up and do a vinyasa with my right leg up. And then I'm going to do those same poses on the left side. So lift your left leg up, tuck your left leg under, fallen star. And then you're going to lift your left leg back up. Warrior one. Side angle. Dragonfly twist. Seated half split. And then gate pose. And then back to vinyasa with your left leg up. And then downward dog. So from here, we're going to go into some inversions, whatever inversion's calling to you today. So if half crow is calling, if handstand is, headstand, tripod is another good one, or if you can only lift one leg up and you want to feel the balance, you know, whatever your body is calling you to do today, do it. Because in life, we'll have good days, we'll have bad days, it'll be challenging, but just looking beyond that and focusing on that very moment and getting through it is what's important. So you're going to lift your head down and do whatever the moment is calling you to do. And that's kind of like yoga. Yoga calls you to do whatever your mind's calling you, not necessarily what I'm saying for you to do. A tripod's really good. And then crow pose, you're going to balance your knees on the back of your elbows and then go up in inversion. When I first started yoga, I could never do these inversions. So it's kind of incredible to me that I have this ability to do it. So I feel like the more you grow in your practice, the more you can challenge yourself. And there's some days that'll be better than others, and you're not always necessarily going to be perfect, just like in life. So from here, we're going to go into a side plank. We're going to lift your left arm toward the sky and just hold it here for a few moments. If you want to challenge yourself, put your left leg on the side of your right. Feel free and just hold it here. Focusing on your balance and resiliency. And then from here, do a push-up and switch to the other side. Again, the same concept. If you want to lift your right knee up or your right foot up to your left leg, feel free. And then from here, I'm going to go into a downward dog. Walk your feet close up. You can feel how much of a different stretch you have in the back of your legs. And then from here, I'm going to step my right foot through between my feet and go into a crescent lunge. And just hold it here for a moment. Holding long-standing poses gives you different perspectives sometimes, like in life. And this will give you a different perspective sometimes when you look up. It challenges your balance a little bit more too. From here, I'm going to go to an open twist to the right. Gaze follows toward the back of your right hand. You're going to hold it here for a few moments. Just feeling the lunge in the back of your legs. Focusing on your breathing. And then back towards center, and then pyramid pose, where your right leg's in front, left leg parallel toward the back. And then from here, you're going to go to a half moon. So put your right hand down, your left hand toward the sky. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can lift that right hand off the ground. And then back down. And you can go back to a downward dog, or you can go through a vinyasa. So we're going to do these poses on the other side. So you're going to step your left leg through, crescent lunge, hold it here for a few moments. And then you're going to do the open twist to the left. Gaze follows toward your left hand. Remember, each side will feel different in these poses. And then step your right foot forward, lean over, pyramid pose on your left leg. And then from here, put your left hand down, right hand toward the sky, half moon with your right side body up, your left side body touching the ground, or you're, balanced on your left side. Now remember, you can still challenge yourself by doing that. It's a little bit harder on a deck. And then release, and then do a vinyasa. So sometimes, even though you don't think you're making any changes in life, it's small changes over time or consistency and discipline that will get the results you need. So from here, we're going to go into deer pose. So you're going to tuck your left leg behind, your right leg in front, and you're going to lean over wherever your body is calling you. This is stretching out your right leg. It's a good hip opener. And you can't force it. You got to slowly ease into the pose. So you're leaning in, just releasing your body into this yin pose. So the cool thing about yoga is yoga meets you exactly where you need to be. You might not even think you need yoga until you start, and you're just like, wow, my body and my mind needed this more than I thought it did. And, when you're stressed out and you're you have no clarity, sometimes yoga and meditation can help. And a lot of people don't realize, they think, that's not going to solve my issue. It does, because it gives you a new perspective on things. And sometimes you might not necessarily see that perspective unless you take a break from it. So we're going to switch sides and tuck your left leg in, your right leg behind, deer pose on the other side. And you're going to lean over this bent in left leg. So perspective is everything. And when we just take a break to look at things in a different way, it sometimes can become clearer. All right, and then sit up. And then we're going to stretch our legs out in front. And then do a reverse plank just to stretch out your lower back. Then lean forward over your feet. This is stretching out your fascia. And just holding it here for a few moments. And then we're going to set up, and you can do some more stretches if you want, or more yin poses, but this concludes my yoga practice for today. So thanks for joining me. And just make sure you live your life intentionally. Namaste.